Hey, this is Sherry Kirkland, and I want to bring to you today some real stories from real people using these little green vitamin pills for your gas tank. I started using this product about 18 months ago from today, and before I started using them, I was getting about 10 to 12 miles per gallon on average. And afterwards, I'm getting 19 to 20 miles per gallon on average, and as high as 23 miles per gallon on a road trip. Right away, I noticed more get up and go. And my car is designed to get, on average about 16 miles per gallon based on the sticker that comes when you purchase a car. But I'm getting way more than that, and that's putting money back in my pocket every month. We have another story that just came in from a Denver fuel hauling company. They service about 150 gas stations up in the mountains around Denver, Colorado. And one of their very particular truck drivers, he's very particular about what he puts in his truck, who he lets work on his truck, all those things. He researched the product and tried it out. And before, on average, he got about 4.5 miles per gallon, and at the most about 5 miles per gallon. And when driving through the mountains, he could never get over about 45 miles per hour going up a mountain with a full tanker load of gasoline. And after, his results were stellar. In fact, he claims that he was smiling like a Cheshire cat. He's now able to climb the mountains at 60 to 65 miles per hour because there's more power available to his engine. And now he's averaging about 6.87 miles per gallon, which is way more than a 20% increase, although the product is guaranteed for at least a 20% increase in fuel efficiency. This trucking company consumes about 1 million gallons of diesel each month, and now they'll be saving hundreds of thousands of dollars each month in their own fuel cost. This is from a guy out in California. Steve took his baby, his 1992 BMW 320i that had over 245,000 miles on the odometer in for its yearly emissions test, and it failed miserably. It failed as a gross polluter, which means they wouldn't pass the car for driving on California roads. They offered Steve $1,500 cash for his clunker and for him to, turn it in for $1,500 cash so he couldn't drive it anymore, and that was a complete insult to him. The Blue Book value on his car was $4,500. So, thankfully, a friend came along and told him about these magic pills that would clean up his emissions and increase his gas mileage. He used the pills and went back to the same station for another emissions check. Not only did he passed with results in the top 20% for the whole state of California. What an amazing improvement. He's getting to keep his baby and the $3,000 in value that he almost let go. The next story comes from Norm in Redmond, Oregon. He has a 2005 Ford Focus, and here's what he says. In 2005, we bought a new Ford Focus, which now has over 200,000 miles. The best fuel mileage we've ever seen on this little car has been between 26 and 27 miles per gallon. The first month, and after 3 fill-ups using the fuel tabs, we only saw a slight increase and averaged 29 miles per gallon. The second month, after 3 more fill-ups, our miles per gallon average increased to 31 miles per gallon. On month 3, after 4 more fill-ups, their miles per gallon was up to 33.4. The only reason we can figure out as to why we're seeing a gradual increase is that it's taking a while to clean everything out. But currently we're seeing a 20% increase in our miles per gallon, and we're looking forward to seeing if it performs even better. These are awesome stories. This is from Hung, and these are his words exactly. He has a Acura TSX, and he's up in Canada, I believe. And he talks about getting a whopping 50% increase in his miles per gallon. And he was actually able to switch from the 91 octane gas down to the 87 octane. And just by doing that, he's saving 12 cents per liter, a 10% difference in price. His car is idling smoother and it's much more quieter. And he says here, the high octane that's in that premium gasoline burns very hot, and that's why you get the jumping or the jitters. In the tech industry, it's called hot spots in the cylinders, which is very bad for the engines. And he's reminding us that the fuel tabs create a lower flash point by more than 200 degrees. He's absolutely right, and I'll share with you that in a minute. We've just got many, many more stories pouring in. Here's a 2005 GMC Envoy with a 17% increase in miles per gallon. Toyota Prius, which is a hybrid. You can use it in hybrids as well. They still use gasoline. Started out with, or got a 12% added mileage boost. That's great. A couple more. This is LL. She has an SUV that she's gotten an 18% mileage improvement, and a mid-size car that's received about a 19 to 20% increase. And this is a 2005 Toyota Sienna van. Let's see. Went from 14 to 17 miles per gallon all the way up to 22 miles per gallon. That's awesome. Now, just to tell you real quick how it works, you just take one of these tabs, you can break them in half, you can cut them in, portions with a pill splitter, and you just add a certain amount to the number of gallons or liters that your tank holds. And you do that with every fill up. And temperatures in the engine combustion chambers are usually uneven, and some areas don't ever reach the minimum ignition temperature. And this uneven temperature results in some fuel molecules only being partially burned, and you end up with carbon deposits and exhaust emissions. But when you use the tab lowers the temperature required to completely burn 100% of the fuel. It's really that simple and easy. There's no messy liquids to deal with. You can carry these in your purse or your pocket, and you just drop them in. It works in gasoline and diesel, really any liquid carbon fuel, including heating fuel for your house if you live way up north. So by significantly lowering the ignition point of the individual fuel molecules, much more of the fuel is completely burned, thereby extracting more energy from every molecule with almost no carbon deposits and significantly less exhaust emissions. So we invite you to help us stop the greedy gas pump and improve our air quality. You're actually losing money every month that you don't use this little car vitamin. For more information, you can call 404-419-6449 or visit www.gassavings101.info. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a few links below this video in the description area that you can click on for more information. Bye for now. This is Sherry Kirkland.